guys, Corey from Aquarium Co-op. Another day in the fish room, doing whatever I want to do today, and so far started out by feeding duckweed. If you don't know already, duckweed is the best food money can't buy. Goldfish, koi, love it. It goes right through them. It's super duper good for them. And yeah, so I've been working on the tanks. That's what I'm going to do mostly today. I think today is no giant, you know, I mean, maybe it is, but maybe I work on that or something. I don't think it's any big like, oh my god, he got that done. It's mostly getting a bunch of small projects done. Like I want to start with de-duckweeding these tanks right here and here. You know, I might even take algae out and stuff like that. Just in general, clean up tanks. I know I want to gravel vac that tank. They let the pristine go on. Maybe I'll pull a bunch of algae out of here. Maybe I'll add some gravel. You know, in general, I just need to do some moving around. I'll put pleco in that tank down there. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to focus on today. And, you know, come along for the ride. Stay tuned. Alright, I've gotten sidetracked on a project I've been wanting to do for probably 10 years. Maybe not 10 years, like 7 years. So I'm doing it today. I've got the parts, so I got to run to the store to get a few parts. But let me show you what it is. I think it's a great idea, and I know it's not optimal, but it's amazing. So here I've got the white cloud pond. Let me move my door here so we can see inside. So I've got the white cloud pond, and you know, they're in there, they're thriving. It's green water. I want to get air going back. Oh, you can see fry. Let's see if I can show you. So these are, oh man, it's gonna be really hard. I have no idea if you can see that, but there are fry in there, totally. Like I'm trying to point my finger to it. It's near my finger, which I have no idea if it's going to come out on camera. So if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, okay. But there's a bigger one right there. Let's see if I can find any larger ones. I need to start feeding fry food out here. But so here's my thought. I've had this idea for a very long time, and I think it's going to be amazing. So what if you had a pond like this, and we know things like minnows love to eat bugs, you know, and there's like a wasp right there, and there's flies around here. But at night, what if, ooh, there's a, can you see that one? Fry right there. These are all longfin white clouds too. I'm excited. Anyway, what if you had a bug zapper? Now imagine, here's what I'm thinking. This bug zapper, I gotta get up here. What if I was to mount it right on the corner of my house here? Because the way you're supposed to mount it, or at least from the directions, you want it at least 25 feet from wherever you're going to be. And we typically barbecue over there, like on the, you know, on the patio and stuff. So if I put the bug zapper over here, one, we won't have mosquitoes over there, hopefully. And two, all these mosquitoes are going to fall to the bottom of this thing, would fall right into the pond. Now that's just extra food. Now, I realize that when I originally came up with this idea, I found the flaw. The flaw is when it gets electrocuted like that, you lose a lot of the nutrients in that bug. But I maintain that, like, let's say 500 mosquitoes a night drops into there, and they're 10% as nutritious as if it was a live mosquito. That's still a lot of food. And there's gonna be little gnats and things like that. And I know some people already are going, hey, it kills good things too. I do realize that, but when you have this much water around, I do make a lot of mosquitoes, and I want to, you know, feed them basically. So what I'm thinking is, and I bought the timer, so it'll only be on at night. That's helpful. And then, you know, here's the part I'm not certain on yet, and it's a little hokey. That is, either A, I have no electrical on the outside of this building here. So that makes it hard to put it in this corner where I want it. So I'm thinking maybe I have it go to a socket, you know, where you can just plug it into a socket, maybe. Maybe I just run an extension cord out here, and that way I can plug in an air pump and get air going here too. That's the winning idea. The problem is these things only come with like a, you know, an 8-inch cord. So I'm gonna have to like put some way to put power out here, and then kind of run a cord so it doesn't look the worst ever, kind of over into here and down. But I just think it's gonna be amazing. I'll move some more of these water hyacinths out of the way, because I think I think mosquitoes and gnats dropping dead into here will be an amazing auto food thing. You can see a longfin over there. I don't know if any of these show up. The water's green, so like that, but I like the green water. But I'm excited for that, so I'm going to do that. I'm doing that project today. I've put it off for probably 2 weeks now, going, yeah, I don't know, I got to figure out. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it, and it's going to be amazing. I know it is. I already know it is, because I've wanted to do it for so long. I just wish I had a power outlet right there. But I'm going to buy, I need an extension cord at least. I need a way to hang it, you know, I need like one of those little hooks. So I'm gonna go get one of those, both those. Well, these crows are yelling at me. But I'm doing it, so stay tuned. And I hope next week I'm telling you, like, this is the best thing that's ever been bread. I was gonna say, best thing that's ever been invented except for sliced bread, but, you know, why not, except for the bed. But I'm excited for that. I'm gonna get air going, and, you know, I get excited by fry. If you can't tell, the fact that I just noticed fry, and I haven't been out here, ooh, I can see another longfin, you know, the fact that I noticed fry, that really gets me interested in a tank. If I'm not breeding something in a tank, to me, I'm just waiting, you know, and I don't, it's not that I don't like the waiting game, it's that I got other things to do. Like, I can go watch other fish, so I'm getting started on this project today. I'm having fun today, and yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and we'll chime back in when it's set up. Oh yes, got air going again finally, and dun dun dun, the bug zapper. I'm so excited to see this thing work, you don't even know. It's even got a cool name, look at it, it's a Flowtron. But unfortunately it's the summer, so I gotta wait like, probably like 9 more hours before the thing's really gonna, ooh, that'd be nice. There's a wasp on the underside of that thing. Please, let that thing get killed. We got kind of wasps, make a lot of nests, like if you can't tell. You know, like right here, 3 wasp nests, like we killed them and stuff, but, you know, if that guy goes in there, we'll be happy. He's so close, he's so close! Oh my god, this thing's already working. I didn't think about getting rid of wasps, but I don't even know if that thing could take down a wasp. But he's like crawling on it. Is it supposed to zap him? Maybe I don't know how this thing works. I thought for sure that was supposed to kill him. Oh, maybe, I don't know, is he just hanging out there? I don't know, so far, kind of hoping that he'd be getting... Oh, it did it! It did it! You saw that happen. I don't know where it went, but it... Yeah, look, got him. Killed that. So in theory, that's going to break down to food for the pond. Like, yeah, that's a really big bug, and that's probably why it didn't zap. That was not my intended purpose, but we'll see here. We'll totally see, like, is there way too many bugs here tomorrow or not? So... But already starting to work. Didn't anticipate the wasp, and if there's like too many, like let's say a dragonfly flew by, if that thing's just getting caught in there, even though dragonflies put nymphs in the water that do kill fish, but it's not an intended consequence. I'm leaving it on right now because I want to see how it runs, and then I'm going to put that timer so it's only on at night and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's already, you know, between the air and stuff falling in, these guys are getting way more active. So, alright, well I've got, the next project is this. So, another project I want to get done, because I'm doing what I want to do in the fish room today. I'm going to build a little filter. Well, my hair is out of control. I gotta get a haircut tomorrow. So by the time you see this video, I've already gotten a haircut probably. But what I don't enjoy about this tank setup so far is the ability it has to polish out the fines. Now, I basically dump a lot of goldfish food in every day, you know, automatically. And yeah, they churn through it and they spit it out and eat it, and it makes the water really cloudy like this. And I currently don't really have a way. I've got tons of biological. I was using filter socks, as you can see there. But there's 3 of them that are dirty, and they get dirty in less than 24 hours. So I'm going to devise a filter out of, I think, a little miniature trash can. You see this guy's mouth? Look at this guy's mouth. I never noticed this before. Check out this guy's mouth. Now, of course, he'll never turn around. Come here. He's got like a mutant mouth. Look at this mouth. Totally misshapen. My wife is going to love that. But he's got like this tiny little, look at that. Look at that tiny mouth. Like, he already had like cataracts and stuff. That's why I decided to take him, but I didn't realize he had a mutant mouth too. That's even cooler. Like, no wonder he never really sniffs gravel. That guy does all the time. He's got a normal mouth. Normal mouth, mutant mouth. My wife will love that. It's going to become her new favorite fish. But anyway, got to build this filter. I'm thinking the downflow pipe that goes into it is going to go into this trash can. Now, normally I don't shop at Walmart. There's one reason I did today, and that's because it's the only place that I know that right now, without having to order from a wholesaler, I could walk in and buy some polyfiber that doesn't have flame retardant on it. And it's because it's so cheap there, they don't put the flame retardant on. I'm going to double check this, and if I kill all my fish, I was wrong, but I've done it in the past. And they just make a product so crappy that it doesn't adhere to most laws. So normally it says flame retardant, you can't use it in there, but I believe this one is free of it, so I'm going to try. And we'll see what comes out. I got to drill a bunch of holes in this trash can. So yeah, I'm going to build it and I'll just talk about it. All right, so here's what I did. So I've got this little trash can down in here. That's what this is. It's slightly above the rim. I'm not a fan of that. I probably should drill some holes just in case, but I'll probably do that after I set the camera down because I'm just a little worried about that. But I filled it with this batting, you know, and this is just polyfiber. And what it's going to do is all the water that comes down has to come out at the bottom of this thing. And so it's got to filter through. Now, all this fine particle stuff, in theory, we're pumping it basically, round it off to about 1,000 gallons per hour, should clean up here pretty quick. I'll chime in hopefully later and go, oh man, look how good this looks. But right now, because I stirred so much crud up in there, it's actually blowing more into here. So, yeah, just gotta wait for it to do its job, really. But now, I'm on to the next project. I'm getting stuff done today, that's all I know. So, gravel vac time maybe? I don't know. Setting up a turtle pond, I guess, for a month or two maybe. See what Lamont thinks, but he's got a big reared slider female that's like a foot long that I'm thinking about vacationing out here. Changing water on it right now, that's what's going on over here. I haven't had the auto water change hooked up to these in this year yet at all, so I'm gonna let overflow overnight and get some of this algae and stuff out of here. Built a little basking spot, and we'll see how it goes. So I think it'll work out all right, but gotta let the water clear up. Today is the day to do all projects that I've been putting off. Apparently, that's what I'm doing today. Next up, I think, is gravel vacuuming. Not quite sure how I want to do this yet, but what I found was I think it flows too fast if I try and gravel vac straight into one of my pipes. I could try it though, but I believe I remember it going too fast. But maybe I'll try and put it straight into this hole, and then it'll allow me to do this because this thing, the water's turning green and all that. But yeah, it's going to be very satisfying to do it. So just wanted to show a water test just so that you guys can understand as well. This is a strip kit, which I use accurately enough for everything I do. But I'm not really getting a good, I gotta lay it down here without having this flop over apparently. But nitrates, you can see here 10 maybe, and the pH stuff was good, but I just wiped it off with my hand as I was trying to play with it. But because of the auto water change system, even though there's this much waste on the floor, it's acting like a river does, where your river, how it's super mucky and gross and all that, and yet it's healthy for the fish. And I swear, these fish in here are almost doing better in this environment. They just seem to really be thriving. But nevertheless, I'm gonna go through and get this cleaned up. Maybe I'll set up on a tripod and film it or something, I don't know, and do a time lapse. We'll see if I can pull that off, but it's gotta happen, so I'm doing it. So I got my gravel vacuum done. You can see it's super nice and clean. Now we just have to let the auto water change fill it back up. Should tackle this tank, might do that next, but I want to show you guys something. This tank, I just think there's so many possibilities for it. It's brand new by Zoomed, and it's the 50 gallon is what it is. They call it the 50 gallon low boy. And you're looking at it going, okay, what am I looking at? So that's as tall as the tank is. It's only 10 inches tall, 4 feet long, 24 inches front to back. Now, here's my plan or my thinking. what if I could do like I did with the Lowe's stand and find a rack that fits that thing perfect? I already know they make 6 foot by 2 foot, but I really want 6 foot by, or 4 foot by 2 foot that fits that. At 10 inches, you know, I feel like you could have 4 rows of those high, and they're not tempered. I called and asked ZoomEd, they said no panels are tempered, so they can be drilled. And I'm thinking like the coolest shrimp breeder tanks ever. 4 foot by 2 foot footprint is insane. So now I'm on a quest to find the right rack, and you know, yeah, there's 100 racks listed as 4 foot by 2 foot. The problem is I might need a little bit more wiggle room. I actually got to measure it and see actual dimensions. But those things are brand new. If I can find a rack, I'm buying out the wholesaler. I bought a couple of them already. They didn't have that many yet, but I'm going, well, if I could find a rack, I could seriously use a lot of those. And I have no idea if I put it in that room or if I put it along this wall. But I'm just thinking, you know, you start stacking 50-gallon tanks and you can get 4 tall and you can do shrimp in there. I feel like those are really cool. And maybe I'm just in love with the fact that a tank like this shouldn't be so cheap. I sell them at 135 bucks. And something custom like this, anyone's had it made custom knows, like, oh, that's gonna set you back some serious cha-ching. So, yeah, anyway, just showing you guys that. What else am I doing? Don't know. I know I got more mini measure shot glasses, which I was almost out, so that's good. And I got a new Eheim filter that it was the one they originally supposed to send me, you know, 5 months ago when I put the order in. They finally shipped it to me. It's the classic XL. So this beast of a filter, now I have it, but I don't necessarily have a project for it yet. I'm going to make a project for it, like maybe the Metaframe tank or something like that uses it. But it's kind of cool because like this whole top comes off and it has that Eheim pump that I reviewed. So it's a wicked strong pump and I'm pretty excited for it, but now I just gotta make a project to use it. Oh, my auto water change just turned on. I was like, what was this? So I'm trying out this Odyssey, essentially it's a surface skimmer. So far it's pretty ghetto, but it was only like 11 bucks. And it's adding some flow to the tank, so it's stirring up a bunch of crap that I have down here. And, you know, it looks to be collecting a little bit, but I really wanted it to serve to get the duckweed off the top. And it doesn't really do that because the little slits are too shallow. Or not too shallow, but not too narrow. So, like if I push it down and I trap the duckweed, it'll work, you know, but it just clogs up with duckweed, or so it seems. You know, I mean, I guess if I keep doing it with my hand. But yeah, so, you know, this is one of those reviews. You'll see if I love it. If I, you know, a couple weeks ago, this thing's amazing, then, you know, I'll recommend it. But for right now, I'm just testing it out, see how it goes. So I'm going to plant some of these aquarium lilies, because I think they're the easiest plant people could possibly have success with. All you have to do is drop it in. And so I'm going to drop some in to a few different tanks, and then you guys will watch them grow in the fish room over time. So let me just really like get one of them out of here. Is this the biggest one ever? Yeah, this is like the biggest one ever apparently. And then we'll put one down here, and then we'll try one in this tank. It's got a lot of algae, so it's got more nutrients than it needs. And I'm just gonna let it float, and wherever it lands, it lands. These two already sunk, but they should start growing here, and hopefully by the next time I tune in, we'll have some decent growth, and then you guys go, well, I need some of those, because they're pretty awesome. I like them. I use them all the time. Recommend them all the time. People love them. So, yeah, back to doing things. Let's take a look at some fish while I feed them, shall we? So I'm feeding my red-green omnivore pellet mix. I feed this to like everything. It's such a good food. You know, we have it made for us. So, but even, you know, these are tetras going after it. And, you know, cherry barbs. We make it in larger size pellets too, but I market it more towards koi and goldfish. But, you know, just a lot of fish do well on it. You know, I'm feeding it to trophius, I'm feeding it to tetras. You know, I can feed it to Goodyids. What else can I feed it to? Convicts. Yes, these convicts over here, they've made a mess. And I think I've got, you know, honestly I haven't looked enough to know, but there's clearly one pinned to the side. They've killed others off. Let's see if I can get a look and see if I have a female here or not in this green water. While we're waiting, I'm gonna feed these guys down here. But obviously there's a male there. But the question is that a female? But the water turned green and I can't tell. So gonna have to wait and see. We've got you know, the fire mouse, and then the dovi. The dovi hides out in back there. And I just want to point something out, by the way. So you notice how every tank basically is covered in algae and you know, looks terrible. The only one that doesn't is the one I'm trying to grow algae in. This one, so I can shoot the shrimp series. I put so much waste in there. I put fertilizer in there, and I can't grow a spick of algae. You know, half of me is like, well, I've made an ecosystem way better than all the other ones. Maybe that's the trick, but it's pretty annoying. But so let me grab some more food here. I want to feed a few more things. Look at that, my Java fern's growing up out of the water. But so down here we've got the Nanacara anomalas, golden, not golden curvicep, but yeah, just Nanacara anomalas. So we can get those guys to come out and eat. And then up here we've got my Pelvochromis tenuatus kainke. You see there's the male. Just checking out that wonder bulb we put it, or not wonder bulb, but dwarf aquarium lily. It's floating. He was hanging out with the females a second ago, and of course, the minute I go to get food or anything like that, they just stop, you know, and that's really annoying when fish do that when you're trying to show them off. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's, oh, there's a female. Here we go. She's, the minute I point the camera at her, she's like, no, maybe I don't go eat right now. You know, but she's gonna go grabbing pellets, and you can see right on the other side, convict grabbing pellets. But, you know, this is, you know, a great food. You know, I'm kind of promoting my own food, I guess, because people say I don't do that enough, but, you know, the ingredients in this food, it's got brine shrimp, spirulina, krill, you know, it's also got soybean meal and stuff like that, and like, it's still a pellet fish food. Like, it can only get so good, but, you know, it's super duper fresh. We have it milled for us, and you know, fish just do really well on it. And I feed it to guppies and tetras, and you can still see they're feeding frenzying over here on it. You know, you can see, if you look at the corner there, you can see the cherry barbs picking at it, and that's how big commercial breeders do it. If you didn't know, big commercial breeders use lots of pellets, and they usually use really big pellets, just so they can feed on them all day long. Yeah, these guys already polished them all off that were in here, but you know, it does well even on, you know, even on these pearl danios down here. You can see they just go nuts for it. Even I'll put a few in here, and these guys will eat it. You know, so I've got just a little bit in there. These guys will track it down. They'll eat it. These guys are putting on a lot of size, in my opinion. You know, I need to dose this. As soon as I put the camera down, I'm dosing this with the rest of my ice, so I want to clean this up. You know, but feed my guppies too. I really want to start focusing on these guppies. I'm growing a lot of snails, but not a lot of guppies. Well, I won't say not a lot of guppies, but I feel like I could do better with the guppies than I am. Once you move into a big tank, sometimes it doesn't work nearly as well if you didn't have critical mass, which I feel like I don't have critical mass right now. So that's always unfortunate. Anything else super cool going on? I swear I gotta show you that. I gotta feed fish while I'm over here. Super reds, here, eat some of that. Yeah, who doesn't love that? Eat it. And then these guys are thriving. I do need to get them a bigger tank. But the Liberty Mollies doing well. I think once I got them clean, you know, through quarantine with the levamisol, because they had that Camellinus redworm, now they're really thriving, in my opinion. See if this thing's doing any better. I don't. No, it's out of the water now. Like, this thing's. So far, this thing's crappy. Not happy about it so far. But yeah, let's see. These guys got any fry yet for me? Because they're really making me look bad. Like, what are you guys doing? I know there's fry in there because I see them when the camera's not on. Let me throw some food in there and see if I can't get something to come out here and stop making me look so bad. And it's not even, I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Yeah, boom. There's one in the weeds. So I'll wait for it to come back out, but literally I see it. Yeah, you see him? Right there. He's feeding on the food up in the weeds. That's the problem, is I give him too many hiding spots. So where'd he go now? Oh, he's right there. Yeah, you see him. So that guy's growing all the way up in here with me being horribly neglectful, and so I'm gonna remedy that and really start trying here. But that just goes to show another fish, super duper easy to breed. You kind of breed it whether you're trying to or not. Yeah, so hopefully this isn't boring to you guys, but oh, I need to desperately de-duckweed this tank too. I know it. Ugh. Whenever it's hard to get food to them like that, that's not a good thing. Like they gotta come up inside, then you gotta kind of swirl it around, and then there's plants underneath it. Like, ugh. This is a whole network of. Oh, it's all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this right now. So that's how you do this. Like, this is all. That's the problem when you don't get down on your knees and look at stuff. But this is just a big blanket of crap that's in the way. I can make this tank a lot better really easily for these guys. Once I take that out, boom, they just gained a bunch of room, gained a bunch of light, putting a bunch of water on my floor, but into the garbage it goes. Didn't tackle this tank today yet. I'm not even sure I'm going to. I kind of want to get a water change and stuff like that. I'm actually really enjoying this fish room day because I'm just doing what I want to do. And then, I worked on my car. Well, I didn't work on my car. I cleaned out my car, and just something simple like that, taking the time to clean out my car, it was a big thing. That's kind of cool. I just saw this. Now, pardon the allergy, obviously, but right there, that's an exoskeleton of a shrimp that molted, and it left a lot of orange in the actual shell. You can all see here I have some other shrimp in here that I really need to bolster this colony up, but right on the top of the filter there, that's a Malawa shrimp. Lots of cherry or orange shrimp there, but that's a Malawa. And I desperately, you guys hear me talk about it all the time how I want to breed more shrimp, and I desperately do, and so I kind of want to get some racks going, and and I'm already getting that tank over there going a little bit to get that more in motion. And so here's freeze-dried black or bloodworms, by the way. I wonder if I have anything that'll eat that right up. So hopefully it doesn't go straight into the filter here, but these guppies should eat that right up. These guppies are looking good. I gotta bring these into the store, honestly. They're just free money at this point when they're looking that good. Well, these guys will chow down some bloodworms too. But, my goal, I want to get this fish room looking better. I'm thinking I just gotta build a little more, finish this room, and then, once I finish this room, then I can focus on just making it look awesome. I've got plants already arriving, tomorrow to plant and all that. So, I'm gonna finish up feeding, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I actually plan on chiming in after this, so we'll see. But, if I don't get around to it, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, we're waiting for it. Been waiting all day for it to be this dark. And of course, right when I came out, stuff got zapped. And now nothing's getting zapped. That's how the world works for me when I film. It's also windy, which isn't helping either. Mosquitoes, I'm attracting them with my breath, but I'm determined to get one of these things, getting zapped and falling into that pond. It's kind of crazy out. I don't know if you guys can see the clouds and the moon there, but not optimal mosquito hunting conditions by any means. So know this, that when you're watching this and you finally see a bug get zapped, I had to stand here for 10 minutes to make that happen or something. Like, I don't know why this is not working the way I want it to. And I'm going to be covered in mosquito bites probably just to make this happen, but I want to see it happen so bad. Oh, we got him. Got it. I didn't get to see it all the way, but you saw it. That's another meal straight for the White Cloud Mountain minnows down here. Just assume. You can see the reflection in the water there. Assume it's the massive piranhas feeding and loving life, saying, thank you for putting in the auto feeder. We love cooked meals.